tonight's going to be the first night staying here. I know I've been getting a lot of questions of, have I stayed at the cabin yet? So the answer is no, but tonight's actually going to be the first night. And I'm actually looking forward to it because we're actually under a winter storm warning and the temperature is supposed to get down to 0 degrees overnight. So I'm really looking forward to testing out the R value of the cabin. That's another question I've gotten quite a bit is, what do you think the R value of the cabin is? So I guess I'm going to find out here tonight. We'll see how cold it gets in here. So right now I think it's about 6:30 outside. Temperature I think is about 38, 37. The storm is supposed to start here I think in the next hour or two, and then temperatures are going to dip down to right around 0 degrees sometime around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I don't freeze to death, but I think the cabin's pretty well built. I think the R value is going to hold its own, and so I'm going to keep an update every couple hours, see what the temperature is inside versus outside, and we'll let you know. So those of you that don't know the construction of this cabin, the walls are actually 2x8s, three 2x8s sandwiched together, glued and screwed. So the thickness of the walls right about 5 inches thick. So it's a little bit thinner than a traditional log cabin, but I think that 5-inch thickness there. There's not a lot of gaps between the boards. The gaps are very tiny. I've not chinked it yet, so that's something that's also going to help out with insulation of the cabin. So I think whatever the temperature gets to in here, inside the cabin when it's 0 degrees outside, I'm probably going to add about 5 to 10 degrees of warmth to it when I actually chink the inside and outside, weatherproof the doors, put insulation, foam board insulation underneath the cabin, because right now there's no insulation underneath. Up on the roof, I have a really thin layer of foam foil insulation, and then a 10 mil vapor barrier as well. So that's really the only insulation upstairs. So I'm going to kind of monitor what the temperature is upstairs as I go along tonight as well, and I'll let you know. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see how it goes tonight. Upstairs looks like it's about 74, so right around 4 or 5 degrees warmer upstairs. Now I do have a ridge vent right above the ridge beam, and that runs pretty much the entire length of the cabin, so I get ventilation right there. So I'm sure some heat's escaping there. I may kind of scale that down a little bit so not as much heat gets out. inch of snow on the ground. .530. It's 54 degrees inside, -1 outside. Well, I made it through the night. It was a little cold on the floor, sometime around 3 o'clock in the morning. I think it got down to like -3, -4 outside. Inside it was low mid 50s, but the draft on the floor from the barn doors and I think not having the underneath of the cabin insulated, that probably led to it being a little bit colder than it would be in normal circumstances. So I think I learned I need to definitely get foam board insulation underneath the cabin, so if it does ever get back down to 0, -4, -5, it won't be as cold. So we don't typically get that kind of weather here in Middle Tennessee, but when we do, it's good to be, prepared for circumstances like that. So overall, I think it was pretty comfortable last night. We had about a couple inches of snow. Like I said, wind chills probably got to negative teens. So the wind whipping, around the cabin, and I can feel the draft due to the barn doors. So again, that won't be a problem once the addition's built. So hopefully you found this information useful. I know I did get a lot of questions on the R value and the thickness of the wall. So I think the cabin passed the test, and when we get it fully insulated and weatherproofed, I think it'll hold heat even that much more. So thanks for watching.